Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for New York Nick.
Wow, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I am New York Nick, and you just witnessed Resist and Bite, and they will be coming to Atlanta. Good evening. Welcome to the show. My name is New York Nick, and you know I am the advocate for original music here in Atlanta. And tonight I have a special show for you. I have a good friend, And I can call him, I'm allowed to call him a good friend. And I just met Tommy Skeoch, formerly of Tesla, just a few minutes ago. And he's standing by right now. And then I have Steve Stokes. He's a Nashville recording artist and got sick of the country music thing. And now he's playing with Nathan. You all know Nathan. Come on. How do we not know Nathan here in Atlanta? Nathan Utz is in the house. Man, it's going to be a great show. I'm really excited. You know, I love new music, all right? And Resist and Bite is I mean, if you haven't heard them, you guys got to get in here and listen to this. We're going to talk to the guys. Look, you know it's not about me. I can sit here and talk all night. I can talk about politics. I can talk about COVID. I can talk about other bands. But tonight we're focusing on Resist and Bite. And I'm going to let these guys take the floor. We're going to have some fun. So I'm not going to say without further ado because that's like fucking old shit, okay? I'm just going to say let's get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Skeoch, Nathan Utz, and Steve Stokes in the house. So I put their names up there just in case, I don't know, I had COVID, so my memory's fucked up. What's up, guys? Hello? Can't hear you, man. Oh, there you are. I had to mute you guys. I had you guys muted.
I can't taste anything, man.
I know.
Dude.
Are you saying you don't have taste or you can't taste? Both.
I need too much Mary, man.
So you know what you know what I'm thinking, Tommy? I'm thinking, what does she look like, man? I mean, you had to numb up for her or what, man? Come on.
Oh man, that's brutal, dude. You're good, man. I like that.
Oh man, shoot. So we got Tommy in the house, we got Nathan in the house, and we got Steve in the house. These guys, man, they put together this killer band called Resist and Bite. I think it was back in 2019. You guys have been working on this project.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So who wants to be the master of ceremonies here? We got some great talent here in the house. We got Tommy, we got Nathan, and we got Steve.
Nathan's our fearless leader for the most part.
Nathan's the front man, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? The front man doesn't always get the chicks, though. It's, you know,
Dude.
I'm just
You met
saying.
Nathan?
I've been done with chicks for quite some time. I know this to be true, actually. Yeah. I'm a happily married man.
Nathan's a force of nature, man. Have you seen him on stage with us? Oh my God, dude, he's like, he delivers.
And I'm looking forward to it January 15th at Center Stage with the CEO. Let's see, what is it? Who else is playing? BSO, 7 Year Witch. Yeah.
7 Year Witch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a great rock show. And I'm just saying, if you're not there to see these great bands, it's coming up, couple weeks, man. You got to get some tickets to this. I know the COVID and all of that, but you know, I've been to TSO. I've had my Rock for Tots, and it's just, you'll be all right. I'm just saying.
And let them know too, Nick. You know, while we're on that subject, you know, we have, if you go on to the Ticketmaster, you can see like a coupon. There's a coupon code or whatever, and it's ATL Rock 22, all capital ATL Rock 22. Takes $5 off the ticket.
Nice.
Like tickets, $5. You break that down, it's less than $9 a band.
Nice. You're seeing we're going to see a great show, man. You know, I mean, shoot.
Well, yeah, the CEO actually made a great record too. Their record sounds pretty rocking too, so it's going to be some good stuff. And 7 Year Witch, you opened up for us last time we played, and they're a real exciting band. Young guys that do somersaults and stuff, and really entertaining. So they're fun.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
SOL. Those guys, there's some legends in that band, man. You got CC singing, you got Dave Carr playing drums, who was with Skid Row for a long time. It's going to be a great show, man.
Yeah. So Nathan, or Tommy, or Steve, the name of the band, Resist and Bite. I mean, you know, look, I know, you know, I'm the generic question guy. I have no prepared text. The only thing I have is that you guys are going to have commercials on 100.5, and I had to write his name down. Jackson. He does the show Homebrew on 100.5 Rock 100. We're going to hear that at about 8:30. But how did the band's name come
every
about?
Night.
You know, just some generic questions.
Well, It's a Sabaton song.
Okay.
And now Nate will give the meaning.
All right.
Yeah, Tommy just always liked that. Tommy, you should tell him that. But he likes that band, and he liked the title of that song. He thought it was cool. It was rad, like we say. We're going back to those words. We're back to old school. Things rad. The real thing behind Resist and Bite is it was like Belgium. It was like during World War II when the Nazis were, thundering down on everybody. These cats were like, these were the dudes that rode around with like grenades on bicycles and blow freaking bridges up. They were like a guerrilla warfare type, in the streets, around the alleys, just really throwing huge wrenches in the Nazis, and they played a great part in the war being successful.
Wow.
They were like French resistance type, and also I like the name because to me it kind of conjured up other things. Maybe it could mean like an S&M thing. It could go other places if you want it to.
Right.
So
it's all in your own mind.
It could also like don't pet the person's dog.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Resist and Bite was their battle slogan. That's what they chanted right before they went in to defeat the Nazis. And also that on the hat that Nathan's wearing, he drew that, and that's kind of, it's not a replica. It's not a replica, but it's his take of their thing that they wore on their shoulder.
Yeah, dude, Nathan did that artwork on. Isn't that awesome? Our logo.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man.
It is.
Nathan's multi-talented. That's what I heard.
Is, man.
How many kids you got, Nathan? You got like 10 kids, don't you? How many?
6 kids.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
got 4 more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 10 kids. Yeah.
And same wife. That's always the next. It's the weirdest thing. People ask you. They go, "You got how many kids?" I'm like 6, and they go, "With the same woman?" I'm like, "Yes, you did."
That's awesome.
Dude.
That's awesome. All right, so before we talk about you guys and what you guys been working on, tell me about Brian Powell, your bass player. Since you're not here tonight, how did you guys all link up? And tell us a little bit about Brian.
Stokes. His name Brian.
Oh, man.
Brian Powell, your bass player.
Yeah.
Dave Parks, the drummer, actually introduced us all together. And being out in Nashville, you're always looking for hired guns,
right?
And I played a couple of gigs with Dave, and we had Brian on, and this is like 5 years ago. And then we started the rock thing with Tommy before it was named, and his name was right on top of the hat. So, he looks good on stage, and he rocks, and he brings it. So.
Great bass player. Yeah.
Bass player.
Steve,
too, yeah.
Tell us about you yourself, Steve. I know you're in Nashville right now currently. You worked with some country artists in studio doing production and stuff like that. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, man. So I was a recording engineer for a long time in Chicago, and I got sick of the cold because I'm an Alabama guy. I didn't even own a jacket when I moved up there. So
right.
Wanted to move back down, kind of, further in the South, and I wanted to tour also. So there was a lot of opportunities opened up for hired guns, and I ended up getting a pretty good gig, with an artist called Low Cash. They were called Low Cash Cowboys at the time, and had a couple of #1 hits and toured around the world and got sick of playing country music. So I just 180'd and stopped and was like, man, I need to play rock, metal. So, and Dave actually was in that band with me too. He's going to be mad at me for admitting that for him. But he and I left.
Admit it, and I always tell him to just say it. It's great,
yeah. So I have no shame. I mean, those guys, they were really successful. They still are. So there's no reason to hide it. I mean,
right.
It's not my brand of music. But so Dave and I left at the same time, and we just really wanted to start a rock thing, and that's where he saw a post of Tommy sitting in his car playing some CDs of some demos, and then they hooked up. And
wow.
Tommy can tell you about that more than I can, but yeah.
Yeah, that's I had met Dave before that, and he's a good friend of Troy's from Tesla, as a matter of fact. So we've had some kind of connection. I've met him before, but it was that what Steve's talking about when he heard me playing the demo in the car. and we started talking, and he ended up playing records for the songs off of that demo, a thing called Skin Suit, which is a cool little record.
Right.
You know, and we did that, and then after that, well, let Steve pick up the story from after that, because then that's when Resistant Bite really started happening.
Dude, it's a really funny story, man. So Dave came over to my house one Thanksgiving, and he had a CD, and I didn't know Tommy. I'd never met Tommy, and
right.
He's like, I got this CD, you got to listen to it. So we put it on in the car, and we picked out one of the songs on there, and I was like, man, this is badass. So since I'm a recording engineer, we put it in Pro Tools and chopped it up, added some parts, and mailed it back to Tommy. Never met Tommy, and then it blew up from there. And that song, actually, the demo for that became the first song that we released, "The Myth I'm Living."
Yeah, which is, when I heard that song is when I knew we had something, because I mean, I sent them this kind of, the way I do my demos is real kind of, well, a little squirrely, but anyway, not like how most people do anyway.
Right.
When I got that back, Steve had added a chorus. I was just like, yeah, I want to work with these people. They just made my shit better. It was awesome.
That's awesome. That's always good when you find a group of guys that, you know, are trying to share the common goal of making some great music. I mean, it's a no-brainer, actually.
Yeah, it was for me, man. It was a fantastic feeling. Yeah.
So Nathan, you know, how was it working with George? Because when you were up on stage, man, you seemed to really love it.
George was like being with Tommy. It's was surreal the whole entire time. Even with Tommy still now, it's surreal. Me and Tommy now are like brothers, but there's still that, you know, you're walking into a restaurant or getting in a car with him, and you just kind of glance at him and go, that's you know, it's freaking crazy still to this day. George, same thing, man. It was an honor, and ultimately, you know, people like Will Hunt and Blando and, you know, Phil and them from Nashville, these guys, and Bevan Davies, I got to call the names where they are. These guys are the reason Barry Richardson's like that I've known all these years and worked with, got me to the George situation, and the George situation got me to the Tommy situation.
Wow.
So for me, it was all these stepping stones of working with such greatness that, you know, and you know me, Nick, we go back and everybody starts somewhere, and then you realize you get up in age and you finally get into a scenario that's like, okay, and me and Tommy say this repetitively in interviews, that this is our swan, this is my swan song. I know it's his. I have no intentions of going and creating anything new with anybody else or doing it. I want this.
And I love hearing him say that, because I feel the same way. I think everyone else does too. It's a secure feeling. I really love this band. It's nice to hear him say that, and I feel the same way. I love this band, man.
And you gotta let the wood acclimate too, man. You can't. I mean, when we came in together, it was like this fire of this magnetism, definitely with the three of us writing, and then it just gets better and better and better, you know. But yeah, to your point, George was an amazing experience for me. When you're singing stuff that, you know, oddly enough, I'll give you a really interesting story. Back in Virginia, where we, as high school kids, we go to Richmond Coliseum to see our shows. And I can tell you, we were there, tooth and nail, and there it is, Tesla opening up for Dokken.
In case you just joined in, my name is New York Nick, and I'm talking with Resistant Bite here on New York Nick live on Facebook right now. And these guys put together, I mean, I think it's like a super group right here, right? You got Tommy Skeoch, formerly of Tesla, in the house. You got Nathan Oates. I mean, he's played with the Blondes, and he's played with George Lynch. We got Steve Stokes from Nashville, you know, did a lot of country stuff. And then we got Brian Powell on the bass, and we got David Parks on the drums. And they put together this super group called Resistant Bite. And tonight we're just talking about the band a little bit. They got a big show coming up January 15th at the Center Stage. And I'm going to direct this next question to Tommy. So, Tommy, you had some great, I've seen you a couple of times with Tesla. Great success with that band. You know, I believe, let's see, you left the band in 2006 or 7, I believe.
The last time I left was about 2006. I left a couple of times, but the last time I have not gone back was 2006. Yes.
So, what have you been doing? It's been a minute. I know you try to stay busy. You're a freaking killer guitar player. I mean,
thank you. I you know what? I just write a lot of songs, and I'm not a real social kind of butterfly-ish guy.
Right.
So, what I did is I kind of wrote a lot of songs and kind of did a couple of my own records in that time. Just, I guess you would call them solo records, although I don't like that term really, but that's what they were, I guess. Right. I sang them and played and just had fun, really. And they're whatever about those records, but it just kept me busy and active and playing music. I gave lessons. I played with a few other just local bands, producing, helping out people. Stuff just worked. But it wasn't until this that I really felt like, okay, now I'm back doing what I do and love, and and really also it took that much time for me to really get my head back on my shoulder too. I was a little bit of a mess, so it just took that to get here. I'm still a mess. These guys will attest. I'm a fucking idiot, but
he's a Haagen-Dazs addict.
I'm a Haagen-Dazs addict. That's right.
So how do you feel about the group that you're now together with Nathan and Steve and Brian and David? You got Resistant Bite out in the forefront. We're getting up in age. We're not getting any older. I think we still look hot for our age. All of us do. Like I said, Nathan's got like 40 kids, and I don't know your status, Steve, but you're looking good. How old are you? 35?
That's a great guess. Yeah, I've got a dog right here.
So, how do you feel about this, Tom?
About the Resistant Bite?
Yeah, I mean, what's your gut feeling about where this band is going?
It is the best thing. Okay, it's the best thing I've ever done. How's that?
Come on now. Well, how many records you sell with Tesla? 16 million? 16 million records.
I'm not fucking with you. Tesla is a great band, but man, Nate sings his ass off.
I know.
He is a force to be reckoned with. We write songs like there's no one's business. They just kind of fall off our fingertips. It is a great experience, and it's a great fucking band. And I think one of the best bands I've ever been in, truthfully.
Nathan's a great guy too, man, and
on top of it.
I mean, look, everybody knows, he does the what is it? What's the name of that tribute? Oh, Pandora's Box. That's right. Yeah. The Aerosmith tribute band. Nathan, are you still involved in that, or are you going to focus all on the Resist thing?
Yeah, man, Pandora's. Here's the best way to say it. Pandora's the day job. You know what I mean? Pandora's the day job. It's the it's the fuel that feeds the fire. But it's tribute band, just like Tommy. He does side projects back home. Just some cover stuff here and there. I mean, obviously, we do like bigger venues and stuff like that, whatever. But
right,
it's workhorse. It's light switch. Those guys, we've been together so long, dude. We roll up in there, we freaking bust it out. We go home, we count our frog skins.
Right.
But this thing, right, like, it's welcome to the original world is what I keep telling people. We're back in a freaking crazy.
Hey Nick, I'm not bullshitting you, dude. I really believe this is one of the best bands. I mean, I think you think I'm like just trying to say that Resistant Bite, but I'm not. It's just I love it, man.
That's awesome.
Dude, honestly.
You have those. Everybody that you're looking at right now, we've all been in bands, and at the moment, and the heat, and everything's there, and you're like, this is the greatest thing in the world. And then you're old enough and mature enough to go, yeah, this might do some good, this, that, and the other. And then when we stepped in and we're busting out this stuff, and he's not joking about the original thing, this trifecta right here, these three guys you're looking at right here, dude, we can't stop. Every time, even when we go rehearse, we
end up going back and working on, dude, our songwriting just flows, man. It's so beautiful. I've never experienced anything like it. It's awesome.
So, Steve, how does it feel to be? I don't know. I don't know a lot of history about you, so I can't say you were never in the big leagues, but you're in the fucking big leagues right here, right now. How's that feel, bro?
Yeah, man. Well, it's totally different. I toured with a big name, and we played large venues and all that stuff, but it wasn't the same because I was a hired gun. I got a paycheck. I wasn't a part of it. I wasn't a part of the creative process of it.
You got a bus.
This is this is what I've always wanted right here. And you can't force this. You can't buy it. You can't just write it like a true like rock band. You can't like write songs and hire people and have it feel the way that this feels, because this came together totally organically, which is why I think that it is as badass as it
sure
is.
Did very naturally, and that's me, man. Like I said, I don't really get out and schmooze a lot. This band happened exactly how it had to happen, and that is just al natural, man. And it's a beautiful thing, and it works. It clicks like all of us, man. It's amazing. I get excited about it.
I get it, man, and I'm looking for something to happen with me organically too.
Yeah, I've been a hired gun my whole music career. I've been a hired gun. You know.
Yeah, I get it, man.
First time for this.
You guys, you know what's refreshing about this? You guys seem really damn excited about this band, and I think people that know Nathan, know Tommy Skeoch, and know you, Steve. I think your fans and your friends and your family need to be excited about this band also, because if you guys are really, some guys in the bands, they're like, oh yeah, it's all right, we can use this, you guys are all in on this, man.
We're hyped, man. Yeah.
I mean, this is like 100%. You guys are like, yeah, hyped. I mean, there's no other way.
And the cool thing,
like kind of like Nate was just saying. I mean, or Steve, was just saying he was a hired gun. I mean, Steve's like balls deep in it, dude. He's like engineers this shit, comes up with a lot of songs. I can't do what I do, and I'm a big songwriter guy, but I can't take it to the hilt like I like to without a guy like Steve. It would not happen, dude, without having Steve here. He's a huge part of it.
So that brings me into my next question. So who is Nathan? Are you writing these songs? Are you putting this down on paper?
I got a few riffs here and there that I wrote, but mainly the lyric guy. I mean, I write some stuff on guitar, and they grace me with letting me get away with a couple of them. But the two guys right there are freaking monsters, man. They like two totally, almost really different guitar players. Like one's in the gutter and one's not, and it's just insane, dude. When they come together, Stokes has got. He's more of a futuristic kind of guy, more of the industrial kind of look on things. Tommy is more of the everything is tone, everything is, you know what I mean? And when you
attitude, punk kind of almost
have those two together, I gotta say it. I'll look around like, dude, you need to hear the new stuff we're writing. We can't stop. We've got like 3 records.
Man, you get me jacked up over here, bro.
Oh,
it's awesome, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I will definitely be there January 15th. COVID and no COVID, restrictions and no restrictions. I'm going to be there. If I got to wear a damn mask, I'm wearing a mask just to come see you guys. Seriously. Because, I've listened to some cuts, of some of the tunes you guys are putting out. And it's, Tommy, you're freaking out of control. And with that said, I got another question for you. So you've seen a lot of successes, all right? You've been with a band that sold 16 million copies, and in the heyday of Tesla. And what do you say to the guys like 7 Year Witch, that are wanting to get there? I mean, what is it going to have to take these days to get where you were 20 years ago?
The business is such a different thing from what it was back when I started, and I'm such a kind of not a recluse. I don't know how to say it, but they would come up and talk to me. First of all, I just don't go out there and schmooze. But I would get talking to them. I would just say, man, keep up the good. Like a band like 7 Year Witch, I'd say keep doing what you're doing, because you know what? Whatever they're doing is working. They got a great energy on stage. They have some good songs. Maybe I'd say explore more songwriting areas and stuff. They've got a definite vibe about their songwriting. Maybe that, but I mean, they're really great. I'd say keep doing what you're doing, man.
So what do you think is wrong with the industry currently that you didn't endure when
Yeah, it's just such a different thing. I mean, like anyone can be in a band these days. The internet has really leveled the playing field to where that's basically, we're a homemade thing. Everything we've done so far till this record, we're on a label now, but even that is kind of a homegrown spun thing. It's a very kind of just the way it is these days. Everyone's doing it, so it levels it out, I think, a lot.
And
Yeah.
it's also now a do-it-yourself industry. You know,
That's yeah.
I mean, Steve Smith, LOR Live Records. I mean, we wouldn't even be existing without that. And you know, even the bigger labels out there, they're bringing in new acts, even acts like us that got established members in them and this, that, and the other. And they're basically going, "Hey, man, whose house do we send all this stuff to?" You know what I mean?
Check it out. We were gonna wait till we got a label before we thought, man, we got to have a label. This is great. This stuff deserves it. It's so great. Finally, we were like, man, we can't wait for this. You know, we got to do this. We just got to do it, and we did.
So speaking of the label, that brings me into my next question. You know, and this is why I don't use prepared text, because you got to ad lib this stuff. You just got to wing this stuff, and like I'm catering to my
where it goes.
Yeah. Catering to the crowd right now, and you guys are my crowd, and you guys are helping me with what you're talking about. It kind of I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, all right, what could be my next question? And my next question is going to be Lore Live Records with Steve Smith. Tell me about that relationship, because that's huge right now for you guys, from what I understand.
Well, it's LOR, which Legends of Rock, LOR Live Records. It's Steve Smith. He's the man. He's the crow on top of the hill, and he has power drove this situation to where he's making sure that everybody is getting the attention as much as we possibly can right now. You know what I mean? Back to my other point, it's like Tommy said, you know, like everybody, it's a do-it-yourself industry now. Like even the major label.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Steve Smith has brought it to do yourself, but I mean, he's helped us from the very beginning, and he wasn't our label yet, but it turned into that, and it was such an obvious transition, really, the way it all worked. He
started by giving us a rehearsal space.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know? And he has a relationship with Nate, and they've
a
known
good
each other
friend of
forever.
Nate, so that always helps, of course. But
I put up my phone number on the screen, 678-283-3133. I do have, I got some cool shit here, and we can bring technology in the house. If anybody has a question for these guys, I don't want to be like stingy and be asking all the questions. So if there's somebody out there that wants to ask any one of these guys, if you want to ask me if I'm an asshole, you can call and say, Nick, are you an asshole? And anyway, no, seriously. 678-283-3133. If you got a question for Tommy or Nate or Steve, just chime in, man. I'll pick you up, man. I got you honed in here. I got this this badass little studio right here. My own little thing here going on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Love it.
so Nate, that I support you guys 199.9%, not even 100%. All right, it's 200% support here, because as I told you in our pregame warm up, when we was talking, I can't sing, I can't play guitar, but I always wanted to be around. Oh wait, we got a call. Hold on. I knew that was going to happen. Let's bring the. We got the hotline. Hey, I'm not just paying you to look pretty over there. Answer the damn phone.
Can we vet it?
Who do we got on the line? Who's here? Who's in the house? Hello. I thought I had it all hooked up. Hold on a second. There we go. Hello.
This is Steve Smith. How are you guys?
I didn't even see your name. Oh, yeah, there it is now, Steve Smith. I had you on mute for a minute, too. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a harassing call, Hey, Nick, you suck. Like I said. What's up, Steve?
Oh, I was just going to comment and ask the guys a question.
Go ahead. Do it.
This big gig that you got here on the 15th of January, you're co-headlining with the CEO. What can the fans expect to hear? I know you guys probably are going to play, a better part of an hour and a half, but can we hear some Tesla? Is it going to be all originals? Is it going to be front to cover as far as the album?
We're
going to hear a little Blondes since Nathan is from Atlanta. That's all. Good job, guys.
You can't hear him? Oh, you should be able to hear him. I wonder why you can't hear him.
Nick.
He just wanted to know, basically, what are you guys going to be playing? What are the fans going to hear at the center stage? Is it going to be Tesla? Is it going to be all Resistant Bite? You going to play any cover songs? What are the fans? What's the expectation? What?
We're gonna rock, man.
That's what I was
It's going to be a
thinking.
rock and roll rodeo.
I can't believe you can't hear him. You should, because it's all going through the mixer. So I don't know. You guys can hear each other. So I don't know why that. I'm going to have to investigate that. But what do you got,
heard half the
Tom? What
question
are we
here.
going to hear, Tommy? We're going to hear some Tesla?
Yeah, we're going to play a couple of Tesla songs. We're doing a lot of Resistant Bite songs. There might be a cover in there. We might have a little jam going on. And we just did a rehearsal, and I forget how long the set was that we rehearsed, but I think we probably got to add a couple of more songs in there. It's probably a little short. So we'll take care of that. But it's just going to be us and a little bit of my history in there. And we're going to rock out with the other bands, too, I believe. We might have like a jam or something,
Dude, they're gonna hear
Georgia jam.
They're gonna hear some Gibson guitars and Marshall amplification.
Steve. Now that you say that, I did some homework on you today. You're pretty good too, bro. How long you been playing, man? No, I'm serious, man. Don't cut yourself short there, man.
All my guitars are old enough to drink.
I mean, you got some. You're a pretty heavy dude, man.
Love that. How old are your guitars? They're old enough.
Man, I've been playing since I was 9. My brother BF Stokes gave me a guitar when I was 9 against my father's will, and then he turned me on to AC/DC and Pantera, and then my dad saw that I had the drive, and he embraced it and went on from there.
He's
Then
a
I
great
met Tommy.
guitar player, man. I bet when after he met me and saw how my style is, he was probably relieved to go, okay, this guy's kind of a fuckball. I don't know.
No, man. Dude, Tommy has the craziest guitar style, and I love it, man.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
It's like heavy metal, Pat Travers, Jimi Hendrix.
I love it. I actually was listening to both of you guys
It's
today,
his own
man.
thing, man.
It is my own thing. Thank you.
And I love it.
I get all my big boys constantly, Nick. Got Troy McLawhorn, Regan Bland, all these cats, dude, that are just super famous. They're all grinding me. They're like, what in the hell does he play through? How does he play?
I do got, like Steve says, it's a very unique style, but what I'm saying though is like when Steve met me, it was probably, I don't know, refreshing in a way that I'm not virtuoso guy at all. If anything, I got to do a couple of takes. I got to work on it to get it right, but which doesn't even matter one way or the other. But it was probably, I figure Steve was probably pleased after he met me.
We come together on Judas Priest.
Nice. I like it.
Don't know what to
So I got another caller just called in. Hold on, I rudely dropped him down. And it sucks that you can't hear him. I don't understand, but I'm going to figure that out here. Let me see who do I have here on the line? What's happening?
It's Jim Woodworth from Michigan.
Jim Woodworth from Michigan.
Yeah, I got to check these guys out in Columbus, Ohio, in their second show. And it was fantastic when they opened for Dead Daisies.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there hearing them talk about 3 albums worth of music. Can the fans expect on January 15th to hear one of these new songs?
So, Mr. Woodworth has a question for you. He understands that. Who's got their radio up? I hear some feedback. James, you got your radio? I'm going to sound like a radio DJ. For this interview, you're going to have to turn down the volume so it doesn't feedback.
I don't have anything on. No.
All right. Maybe it's Steve over there. I think he was trying to listen to the question. All right. So you got his question is: you guys got 3 albums worth of music, and he loves some of the new music that you guys are producing. And he wants to know, are we going to hear any of these songs on January 15th?
No, probably not. We're just working them up right now.
He was going.
Well, James, I got some bad news for you. Right now, they're working them up, and look, you see, these guys are like, Muhammad Ali, you know what I mean? They warm you up a little bit with a couple of jabs and, kind of get you in the gut a little bit. And, they come around with a couple of right crosses. The next slew of music is the fucking knockout punch for this band. Okay,
Pretty much.
I'm just saying, right? Because I got a feeling these guys ain't dicking around. I'm just saying. Just by talking to them and just the vibe I'm getting from this whole interview here, friend talking thing, whatever you want to. These guys are the real deal. And if you don't come out on January 15th to see this at the center stage in Atlanta with the CEO and 7 Year Witch and BSOL, that is going to be like the most talked about rock show from a local standpoint for a long time. So you guys got to be there. And all I know is I better get backstage passes for like when these guys are on stage with maybe Tesla. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, you just never know, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I do have backstage passes, because I know people. Anyway, so thanks for the call, James.
My name's Jim.
Hey,
but anyway, like I said, I saw them their first show in Cincinnati and in Columbus on their second show, and they're a fantastic band live.
What's that,
And
Steve?
they got the.
He said he saw you guys in Cincinnati. Man, this sucks. I got to figure this out. He says he saw you guys in Cincinnati, and he says you guys killed it.
The real.
Absolutely loved it. Nathan, he says your vocals are phenomenal. Tommy and Steve, you guys just kicked it up, man, and he loves it, and he wishes he could be here in Atlanta January 15th. And I suggest anybody watching this, y'all need to share this, okay, like to a lot of people, because this is some good stuff here, right, people? This isn't so in 1999 you were caught in the back seat with a young girl doing drugs. This is like real freaking rock and roll talk here. I don't care what happened. You don't want to know what I did in 1999 or 1977.
We
for
heard
that matter.
earlier what you did.
Yeah. So anyway, this is some good stuff right here, folks. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it.
They're the real deal. Well, too, I got to get back.
I was going to say, no guarantees or promises, but we're toying around with the idea of maybe starting to do, release a song here and there. We're thinking about it. We don't know if we're going to do that or not, but people have been telling us that maybe we should toy with that idea. So
talk to Mac Mullins.
For doing it, whatever. But yeah,
Mac Mullins is good at like spoon feeding you. A little snippet here and a little snippet. He's real secretive about his art, man. Because when Mac hits the stage on January 15th, it's going to be all on with Resist and Bite. Tommy, man, I know you're not feeling well. It looks like you're smiling right now, Tommy.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm having like some hot flashes for whatever reason, just because I'm sick or something. But I'm doing okay.
Yeah, it might be COVID.
Hanging in there.
It might be COVID. I'm glad you're not wearing a mask. That's a good. So all kidding aside. What do you think of the state right now, what we're going through? And this is not politics. This is just the state of everything with, trying to get into venues, vaxxed and non-vaxxed. I don't care if you're black, white, vaxxed, non-vaxxed. I'm nowhere biased or racist or anything towards what anybody else does to make themselves happy. How's that?
Right. Dude, try and be a new band and come out during this pandemic. That's exactly what we've done, and it's been fucked, man. Yeah. I mean, we, in a normal world, we probably could have gotten on a tour right after the record, or who knows how the whole thing would have gone down. But at the same time, because of the pandemic, I think this record wouldn't have come. It wouldn't be what it is without the pandemic. So it's kind of a double-edged sword that way, I think.
Right. You had the time to put it together, to write.
This is true. We were able, because of the pandemic, we were able to get, this is the silver lining, if you will. We were able to get 21 days, I think it was, in a killer Nashville studio that we would have never been able to get into without $100,000 budget,
But on a personal level, because of the pandemic, I've made probably one of the greatest records of my life, but I'm living in a tent on the beach. So it's... my income has gone to nothing because of it.
You need a roommate? I'm ready to live on a tent in the beach.
Come on down,
and sell some freaking hot dogs and
a whole lot of sand, baby.
At least it's not a van, Tommy.
Yeah, right.
Dude, no, but it's broken. It's been bad financially for me, so.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that it's really hurt,
Right.
and
Of course.
I'm not like good friends with Joel Hoekstra, but I talk to him on occasion. He lives up in New York, and he says he felt like he was a rat inside of a box for almost a year because he couldn't do nothing. No touring with Cher, nothing with Whitesnake.
Yeah, and he's used to going out all the time, of course.
Yeah, he was like, man, I was just like beside
And
myself.
and I get a lot of my income from live music too, so it really put a damper on that for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, guys, man, I really appreciate it. Influences, Tommy, real quick. Before you got into Tesla, I mean, what made you pick up the guitar, man? Because
yeah, man,
you are a premier guitar player. There's no doubt.
Yeah, first record I ever bought was a Elton John Greatest Hits. Then I got a Kiss live record. Then I went to Judas Priest, UFO, Pat Travers, AC, everything you could think of, But those are the things. Rush. I mean, all those bands kind of started getting me going. I love that stuff. UFO was a big one for me.
Nate, what about you, man? Who was your I already know it's Steven Tyler. I mean, that's like a freaking no-brainer.
Oddly enough, that's funny that you say that because I wasn't a huge over-the-top Aerosmith fan. I mean, I loved and appreciated it. Obviously, you wouldn't, but I was not like this Aerosmith nerd. I never was,
Right.
But man, my older brother, like Steve, I'm the same way. Man, my older brother shoved rock and roll down my throat constantly, man. Van Halen, Boston, Priest, Iron Maiden, and Doobie Brothers and Skinner, and just hit me with all that. Even like Cameo and freaking the Commodores and Chicago.
I loved all of it.
Yeah,
I did too.
I love it. Man, I even liked Michael Jackson's music, man.
And Kiss was like,
yeah,
scared the shit out of me,
dude.
Yeah.
Through Michael Jackson, think about the Jackson 5, man.
Yep.
They had some ripping tunes.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I've seen Black Sabbath, with Blue Oyster Cult. In 1978, I seen Aerosmith. They were freaking drunk, drugged, falling all over the stage. Steven Tyler fell off the stage. I think Billy Squier opened. It's funny how I can remember all that crap. You asked me what happened last week, forget it.
Yeah.
But, Billy Squier opened for Aerosmith. I've seen Rush. I've seen Genesis. I've seen The Who. I mean, I've seen them all, man.
Yeah. And I was also a big fan of like the Cult and the Cure and Idol, Generation X, at the Ramones. I was the Sex Pistols, all that, man.
Yep.
I love the punk stuff too. That's
not the bands in the freaking world is Tears for Fears. Like, just hands down one of the greatest freaking bands I think ever.
Great songs, yeah.
I remember seeing Twisted Sister in a bar on Long Island, Zebra on Long Island. I was 17, 18 years old, living in that world. Detroit's was a bar in Westchester County in New York. Seen Zebra out. I'm from Long Island. Seen Zebra in the bars when they were first starting out. Twisted Sister out in Queens. When they were first starting out. I mean, it's just never ending. What I've experienced. And you guys, we're all on the same page. Steve, what about your influences playing guitar?
Oh man, well, the first 3 albums I got them all at one time. So this will probably show my age, but they're still my 3 favorite guitar players to this day. I got Ball Breaker by AC/DC. My brother gave me these 3, which is a killer record if you're a diehard AC/DC fan. And Far Beyond Driven, Pantera. Dimebag Darrell is one of my favorite guitar players. It's so hard to cop his style. It's awesome. Blizzard of Oz, Randy Rhoads. Yeah, those are my.
You said the other one. I thought you were going to say Jake.
Oh.
Hey, speaking of AC/DC, I was never really a big fan of AC/DC until they played in New York City with Howard Stern.
What?
Yeah.
Remember when Howard Stern brought them out into New York, and I was there for that, and man, ever since then, I fell in love with AC/DC, man.
Well, to know truly AC/DC, you got to go back to the beginning with Vaughn, because Vaughn was,
Howard.
Cowarage.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. Back in like 78, 77, 76, it was, for me, it was like Bruce Springsteen, Yes, Genesis, Pink Floyd, The Who. I mean, we're talking 76, 77, 78.
Huge 80s guy, too, man. I loved like the Tesla and Striper and other bands that were just like, talking.
For sure.
A rat. April 30th, we're heading up in your neck of the woods, dude, where you're from. April 30th, we just landed a gig with Stephen Piercy, opening up for Piercy. It's called Operation Rock Fest, I think is what it's at. It's in Jordan, New York. You know where that is?
I forgot about that, Nate. That's cool.
Kegs Canal.
Your calendar, Tommy.
Canal side. What the club's called. Canal side. And it's Stephen Piercy, Bad Marriage, who's actually just the Tesla, and Fitzy, and then all good friends of ours, and then us, Resistant Bite. So we're doing that.
That's cool.
Other cool little things. Scott Coogan's playing drums for him during that gig, and me and Coogan were in Lynch Mob together.
Awesome.
Yeah, Frankie's.
So we're going to try and string some other. We're going to try and make a little tour out of it. Out of that one gig, we're going to add some more dates. We're trying to.
Yeah. And then and then 5 days after that show actually is M3. We're not on that bill yet. We're still campaigning for it. But it goes right back to your point in the beginning. It's just tough times out there, man.
Yeah.
This, you know why we're going to get through this? Because we have no intentions of quitting. And just like the old man said, time and pressure made the Grand Canyon, man.
Right.
That's where
and we believe, man, that we all believe in this so much, man. Like, just 10 motherfuckers. It's a great thing we got.
We are in need of another great rock band right now.
We might be it, sir.
And I'm thinking between you guys and Max Band and the CEO and the 7-Year Witch guys,
that's going to be a great show. Yeah,
you guys have a chance of really. Yeah. What would? Last question, I promise. What's it really going to take to catapult you guys into the next level of where you guys want to be? What really seriously with the state of music and
tours. We need to be in front of people, man.
Yeah, we need to do what we're doing, and that's trying to get on tours and be seen by people that haven't seen us. Once that happens, man, I'm sure people will start catching on to it.
That's awesome.
Trust me, we got Smith. He's like a buzzsaw. He's doing the, hey, give me a call. Hey, call me.
Yeah.
Hey, call. Hey, talk to me.
He's into it, man.
He is not bad.
Steve's got a lot of passion for music. He's just a great guy too, man.
He loves us, and he's a great guy. That's correct.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Parting words, Steve. Steve Stokes.
I say metal forever.
Steve.
Man, this has been great. I'm really looking forward to seeing you and meeting you in person in Atlanta. This is gonna be a great show, and keep plugging away, man.
I'll do it, man. Nathan.
Thanks for your help, man.
Parting words.
Who, me?
Yeah, I mean, what you got to say to the people out there? Come to the fucking concert, man. What the fuck?
Come to the concert, man. Like, anything you want to say to me now? You're like, man, I'll see you at the gas bar, man. Anything that I say is I will start at the top. Resistant Bite, LOR Live Records. You can go on the web. You can order anything. We've got really cool stuff, guys. We've got a USB drive. It's a Flying B. It's the coolest thing.
It's like a 1970s rubber toy. It's so cool.
We've got autographed CDs. We've got autographed glossies. We've got everything on the digital platform. You can get it. I will say that about us. LOR Live Records. God bless.
Steve Smith.
January 15th, center stage, man. It's going to be insane. It's going to be awesome.
There's the flash drive.
Once again, going to it's ATL Rock 22 is the code. You can get $5 knocked off the ticket down to $35. You're looking at $9 a band. Come on, people, $9 a band.
You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. So I just got a message, and I look at how many people are watching right now. We got a nice crowd. People do not want you guys to go, man. That's how great this is. They're like, oh man, can we do another 20, 30 minutes? I know Tommy's not feeling well. Look, come out. Hey, look, real quick before I forget, and I don't want to forget this. At 8:30 on Rock 100.5, Jackson's Homebrew has got a little brew for you at 8:30. All right, at 8:30, 100.5, Rock 100. There it is, right there. Boom. Resistant Bite.
I. And do me a favor, if you are listening, guys out there, go on at 8:20, man. If you go on at 8:30, you might miss it. I was taking the trash out last night at 8:27, and I missed it. My wife was yelling out the door. Rochelle's going, Nathan, it's on! And I'm running like...
All right. So, you got 5 minutes to tune in to Rock 100.5 here in Atlanta. They have their own app, so if you want to hear it streaming...
Call in and request it every day.
Yeah.
Call and request Resistant Bite. That's the only way these bands that are bringing you this great music is going to get out there these days, okay?
It will help.
Fan requests, getting in front of the people, being a local hero and then taking it out on the road and building a tour is how these bands become successful. They don't become successful making music from the garage or in a studio. They have to get out there. And that's why I'm here tonight to bring awareness. I am the original music advocate. My name is New York Nick, and I really appreciate everyone tuning in tonight to this little program right here, because this little program, man, is going to help my friend, my new friend, Tommy Skeoch, Nathan Etz, Steve Stokes, Brian Powell on bass, and David Parks on drums. The band Resistant Bite, January 15th, center stage in Atlanta. Get your tickets now. My name is New York Nick, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. Go to these guys' websites, Facebook, like them, buy some swag, buy some albums. They got the music. It's all over the platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. They're all over the place. Get these guys on the board. We need rock. We need new rock. And Tommy Skeoch and boys can do it. Let's do this, people. Good night. Thank you, guys. Tommy, get well, buddy. See you on the 15th. Steve, Nathan, thank you.
Nick, thank you very much for having us, sir.
Mucho love, man. I love you guys. Thank you, man. I'll see you guys soon. Couple weeks.
I'll talk to you other guys later.
Okay, man. Peace.
See you the 15th, Nick.
All right, brother.
All right,
Thanks, man.